Hi all, welcome back up here to the Performance Centre at West Wilts. Hope every one of you is well and playing lots of golf. Temperature's got a little bit warmer, a bit nicer out there, which is great. Now you're looking at the Performance Centre from a slightly different angle. This is normally where the camera is, but we're up on the putting green. And we're going to have a little look at some techniques that are going to help your consistency, help you maybe hold some more putts, and try and make sure that you've got a little bit more control, especially over distance. Obviously that's going to be vitally important for all the guys going to Augusta, with see how tricky the greens and how fast they are. If you get a chance, definitely watch it. It's a great tournament. One of the tournaments that really got me into golf. Anyway, let's have a little look. So what I'm going to talk about is the equipment. So putter, golf balls. Putter is very, very important, and not a lot of people think about getting custom fit for a putter. It's very, very important. And when we look at putters, they hang in essentially three different ways. You can see this one is hanging toe down a little bit. You get other putters that hang heavily toe down, so very toe weighted. And then you get other putters that are face balanced, where the face of the golf club points directly at the sky. They suit all different types of, or your different types of stroke. It's important to get fitted to make sure that you have got the right one for your stroke. So also, I mentioned golf balls. Again, very, very important when it comes to putting and the feel, because if the feel isn't right off the blade and your golf ball doesn't come off how you expect it to, then you're going to find it difficult to control distance. So again, have a little practice with some golf balls. Get your golf pro to maybe lend you some balls to go on a putting green with, and get a feel for which one is better for you and your game, and get some consistent results from. Okay, so I'm going to put the golf balls down. What I do when I'm hitting my putt is I use the name on the ball. You can get little templates to fit on the golf ball so you can draw a straight line. So I would definitely go out and get one of those, because again, it can really help to make sure you're aligning the ball correctly and predominantly aligning the club correctly. So a lot of putters have lines in them, so again, it can really help you to make sure that you're aiming correctly. Now, one of the key things with putting is to try and make sure that our wrists aren't active. One of the things that a lot of golfers do is they grip the club too tight in an effort to try and stop the wrists from hinging. We don't want to do that. As soon as you grip the club too tight, you'll find that the stroke becomes very jerky, and it isn't, and you don't create a good rhythm back and through and a good tempo. So keep the grip loose, essentially, just enough to hold onto the club. Now, when I grip the club, I put my index finger over and on the outside of the fingers of my other hand. We call that the reverse overlap. What that does is it helps to make sure that my wrists don't hinge as I come through, something that you could maybe try. The other grip that you'll see a lot of is a left-handed grip. You grip the left hand below right, which again stabilizes the putting action and make sure that you don't get wrist hinge. And you'll see on TV loads of weird and wonderful grips. A claw grip has become very common. Bryson DeChambeau puts the club up his arm. Obviously, as you probably well know, we don't anchor the putter anymore. We can't do that. We can't put it against our body, but we can put it down our arm. And there is a grip that you can get now called the wrist lock, which helps to make sure that your wrists aren't hinging too much through the ball. So what I would do when I'm out on the golf course, I would stand behind my ball and have a practice putting stroke. I'm not alongside the ball, because what I'm doing is I'm taking in the distance of putt that I have while swinging the putter. And you can see I'm not looking down, I'm looking up. That's not just because I'm looking at the camera. I'm trying to take in and draw in that length of putt. while I'm making that physical movement, and that really helps. Use all your senses to help your putting action. And I'm trying to take the club back the correct distance for the putt that I have and swing through, making sure that my follow through is at least as long as my backswing. It's very important. Keep that rhythm back and through, that pendulum action. As you can see, I'm not hinging my wrists. Right, then I'm up to the ball, positioning my putter in line with the name and the ball, and obviously trying to make sure that my line on my putter is pointing towards obviously my hole, which I've got on the floor here. It's actually quite small, this one. Then take my stance with my eye line right over the top of the ball. I've got my ball position just a shade inside my front foot. That's going to help me to hit the ball on the upswing and get a better roll. And then once I've had a couple of looks at the hole, my eyes, once they're back to the ball, what I'm going to do is hit the ball immediately, because I want to keep that sort of almost Polaroid image that I've got in my brain of that length of putt, so I can get the correct speed. So eyes back to the ball, back, through. Okay, a little bit off to the left-hand side on that one, but that's when we obviously have a look, try and see the break, try and understand what we're doing. This mat shapes the ball from, as I'm stood, from left to right. So it's going to curve that way. Okay, let's try again. So we're going to allow for that break, back in, get myself set, have a couple of looks at the hole, and then hit it immediately. So all just let down. So very key there, I'm standing behind to have my practice swings. That will be my part of my pre-shot routine. And I feel that's an important part to really understand the pace, i.e. looking at the hole while you're having your stroke. Like any other sport, if you even something as simple as throwing a ball to someone, you would be looking at your target. So it really helps if you incorporate that as part of your putting routine. But hope that helps. Go and try it, go out to the putting green, see how you get on. Go through that routine, remember a couple of the points that obviously I've talked about. So I thought I'd just finish off today by telling you a little story that I've just heard from Pete Laidlaw, one of our members up here. I'm sure you probably all know Pete if you're a member here. His son Scott Laidlaw and Tommy Spraddle, they've got a van. They've done this all off their own back, and they're going over to Poland to a refugee camp that's full of Ukrainian children, and they're all orphan children that have lost their parents due to the war. And they're taking over toys, blankets, medical supplies, everything that you can imagine, or donations that have been made, which is obviously absolutely amazing. Pete's contributed himself quite heavily, which is just great, and well done guys, it's just an amazing thing to do. So safe journey, and I look forward to hearing all about it when you get back. Take care everyone, keep enjoying your golf, and hopefully see you all soon. Bye bye.